Whoa, 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 baby dolls, breaking news. You are my friend and Bitcoin has hit 65,000 American dollars. That's right. I can't believe I'm actually saying these words before the Bitcoin halvening. Shocking. See, friends, this is the funny part, okay? You're going to learn this. You always expect downside shocks, but you stay long anyway. You pray one day you get an upside shock like we do right now, but you just really never know because there's so many curses and pitfalls in markets, especially crypto. So when they come, you really got to clutch at them with both hands. It's amazing to see. This is the Bitcoin price chart. We are now trading at $65,200. This is actually crazy. It's the literally highest closes almost ever. Actually, I think it is ever. We've never done anything like this before. You can see it live right now. Everybody is waiting to see what happens, friends. I'm going to show you some information. We're just going to have a look at some previous fractals too. Like, this is absolutely crazy. You know, everything is just watching in glory as to what's happening. Now, here's the funny part. Is the ETF still a Trojan horse? Yes, it is, friends. This is the funny part, okay? This price action, accept it into your heart. Welcome it. This is actually what we wanted, but do you remember last year we went through something? We go, well, according to just everybody in crypto, they all think the suckers are going to come next year. Well, what if the suckers enter this year and they give us a parabolic pump super strong? Do you remember I conceptualized that maybe it might be even Bitcoin hitting the 80 to 100K zone by the end of this year? And I said, well, imagine they gave a Donald Trump victory. They removed Gary Gensler. Everything just looks perfect. The US Fed's done some rate cuts and everyone's just like walking into 2025 with huge bull eyes. Like, wow, holy gee, wow, this can't possibly go wrong. That's what we're just skeptical of. We're just waiting for it. But that's what we want to see. That's exactly what we want to see. But surprise, surprise, we are running exactly on track with the 4-year cycle. The Bitcoin dominance, friends, is interesting because a lot of people are still using it. But if you've been paying attention to markets, to let you know, altcoins have been going ballistic everywhere. I'm literally looking at this Donald Trump coin, Joe Biden coin. Altcoins have been going nuts. Now, here's the thing. Just because they've been going nuts now doesn't mean it's over. Doesn't mean they can't continue going nuts. But yes, things are starting to move. Of course they are. I'm also going to show you here the Ethereum price. Ethereum's got a couple of catching up to do. See, friends, a lot of people have completely given up on Ethereum, but you know it's just going to take a while to get back. Now, here's the funny part. This is giving me goosebumps because Ethereum has recovered its 2022 damage and ETH BTC is not even powering up. I'm going to tell you what that means. I'm going to show you what that means. Okay. That means, look at this. The Ethereum strength here, friends, look at this. We recovered the damage right here. Okay. We recovered that damage. And let me tell you this. You see, Bitcoin has been dragging us up the whole way. All right. That is the crazy part. So effectively, I know it sounds crazy. What it's been saying is Ethereum hasn't even gotten started yet, which makes you wonder, oh my gosh, if it hasn't even really gotten started yet, what's it going to look like when it does start? Have a look at the ETH BTC ratio. It's still diddling around here, right? We expected the first quarter of this year to do great. It's still hovering around here. I mean, Bitcoin's gone on this like shock rally run, but this is still beautiful to see because look at this. ETH BTC, friends, if you go back to 2020, ETH BTC flipped up, Ethereum got strong, it went sideways, and it just continued. We haven't even started. That's crazy. But also, you got to be careful. Ethereum is in its third cycle curse. And also, Ethereum had a bit of premature ejaculation by people buying it in 2022 and saying it's the greatest thing ever. And I know, friends, I mean, do you remember Ethereum saved the whole industry? And I was like, man, it's the third cycle. How do people still think they're early? They're not early to this stuff anymore. But there's so many more things to uncover, right? Because there's so many ratios that are still cheap. For example, you have Link versus ETH, still cheap, friends. I mean, I won't be surprised to see one day these things go nuts up here. But I remember, friends, this is the funny part. I told you many times, in that Bitcoin halving year of 2020, Ethereum had a lid on it. It was because it was capped by Bitcoin's price. For some reason, Bitcoin was just under the all-time high. We might be seeing that again, where altcoins actually fly, which is actually what we're seeing right now. But we probably want to see a broader market rally than what we're looking at right now. What I'm going to do as well, just show you. This is the 4-hour, 6-hour chart for Bitcoin. Look, these things, man, they can always fake out. You know, just as fast as it goes up, this can easily just come back down and do whatever. But what we like seeing is it just, no matter how high it goes and rejects, that high point is very relevant. It's very relevant because however high it goes, you draw minus 39% from that. That's basically your protection zone. That's according to every single 4-year cycle. So this is the best part, right? If you get up here, so look, we just made a high now, 65,500. If you go down and do 39%, okay, look where it brings us down to. This is nothing, man. Like, even let's do 40%, down to 39K, around 40K. Think about that. A 40% drop only brings Bitcoin down to 39, 40K. That is like, thank you, God. Thank you. Because you know that correction is going to come at some point. So you always go, okay, what happens if it stops today? How far can we go down? Yeah, it's going to suck if it goes down there. We have that red monthly candle or 2 or whatever. But you just know that, oh my gosh, that's so much better. See, friends, this is the thing part. This is the thing. If, let's say, we stopped at 38K, okay, what would a 40% drop lower look like? Look how devastating it would have looked like. It would have taken us back to 22,000. That's why many people had this standard correction coming, okay? So it doesn't mean we're completely out of the woods or anything, but this is exactly what you want to see. The slingshot, man. This is literally the slingshot. The slingshot. Now I'm going to show you some fantastic things, friends. Remember, this breaking news of Bitcoin hitting that huge price. Okay, it's actually beautiful. Now, we're going to have a look at some 4-year cycles on the fractals, but this is important, okay? The Russell 2000, friends, it's the only US index still lagging. You've been watching my videos. I'm going to give you a nice big fat pump. The Russell 2000, friends, the US indexes, they're all in new highs. They're all in expansion stuff, except the Russell 2000. That's the small caps. That's like ARK and like smaller companies and stuff. This biotech, forward-leading, right? Super risky stuff. It is not in new highs. So technically, if everything reversed today, we're like, oh, well, you know, we'll kind of like, you know, got a bit ahead of ourselves, but we've got to watch that Russell. Look at this NVIDIA chart as well, friends. This is crazy. This is literally AI, friends. This is literally, this NVIDIA, I know there's trillions of dollars of market cap here, but it could just be telling us a signal where we're like, hey, AI is going to change the world, and it's going to like pretty much change how the legal industry works, accounting works, just everything just in the world gets changed. We might be in the middle of that pricing in right now. It could last for another couple of years, who knows? But the bug eaters, man, we still got the bug eaters in the inverted yield curve. That's something you've got to think about, okay? I'm going to now show you the Russell 2000. This is literally, it all comes down to this. We need, I've put on a weekly chart, we need Mr. Russell to please smack up here and please go up here. If the Russell 2000 can go and break new highs by the end of the year, you will have every single stock market index pumping through new highs. It's basically the world going, we're just too strong. That's it. There's no cause for concern right now. It is what it is, okay? Now, all of these macro stuff, it's there for our like intellectual, you know, just plight. But it really, at the end of the day, trust the 4-year cycle. Bitcoin price is all this in. It's scary, it's spooky, but it is what it is. I'd rather trust Bitcoin and how people do the euphoria and stuff in them than anything else. Personally, me. And you know too, friends. How many times did I show you? Okay, look, there's all these bearish cases, the inverted yield curve and Bitcoin spot ETF, and I'm like, but look, even though my human brain is saying, oh my gosh, these are all traditionally bearish. If it crashes, I guess it is what it is. I've been saying that, but I'm still long. Still long with you. So I'm like, well, you still got to be long. Why? Because the 4-year cycle is still working, still not broken. Now, I'm going to show you this. Okay, continuing. We're gonna have a look at this actual fractal. Have a look at this. This is the 2016 fractal, friends. Look at this, man. But what I did was I put 2016, I matched it to the euphoria high. This is very controversial, right? Because trust me, it's controversial with me as well. Bitcoin's real price top was like 69K at the end of November. Okay, we know that. However, okay, of 2021, okay, we go back here. We know that, yes, technically it hit this high, but we know that Dogecoin mania and 90% of altcoins peaked here. So which one do you want to use? Do you think that you should go off sentiment or price? What matters most? I think we don't need to stress about it. I have a feeling like it's going to pay us an extraordinarily large amount anyway. No matter what you do, you win. Okay, that's why I have a feeling, friends. Look, almost getting one with the markets, like swimming with the markets, swimming, friends, swimming. When these like points of 50-50s appear, the best thing to do is nothing. I promise. I've gone back in history, not just crypto, spreads, different bonds, just all these moments in time. I'm like, hey, when you're uncertain, what was the best thing to do? Every single time, the best thing to do was nothing. It was just nothing. The market ends up revealing its hand to you. Now, how is it going to reveal the hand to you? I don't know. Hopefully, it's like the biggest gargantuan alt season in the next 90 days. So luckily for you, you got a friend like me. This is the Fractal, friends. I put the Fractal here. I mean, it's crazy. We're actually still in line. You know what? That's nuts, right? Let's show you right now. We can actually go sideways here for like 6 months, man. Bitcoin could just be 60K to 40K. It could just do this and it's still on track. And then the breaking of the high by the end of the year. That's crazy. Look, see, it just matches up. You see around here breaking off like it's already is that all-time high. Think about this. Now, I'm going to show you the Altcoin Dominance Index, which is right here. This is where it's expected to like break the all-time high. So what we're hoping is that altcoins go up. All right, you can bleed for the rest of the year. And then maybe Bitcoin breaks the all-time high. We have alt season 1, come back up, alt season 2. That's basically it. So we don't know what's going to happen though. No one knew. It was just, I'm telling you, get turbo long, get turbo strong. We could have got scammed at 50 different points in time. But, you know, if we did get scammed, you couldn't go back in time, right? So the 4-year cycle is still going strong. This is the spirit of Mt. Gox collapse. That's funny because FTX, Mt. Gox, Ponzi collapse. That's why like this 4-year cycle, I mean, this thing has been following it to the T. Now, someone asked me in the comments, shout out to this friend, said, what is the significance of this rectangle, friends? Now, the significance of this rectangle is I have this marked here because that is like the danger zone where I want to evaluate everything. That's where it is. Because I have it drawn here. See where ATK is around here? Yes. So if it gets there and it starts distributing and altcoins are screaming, all right, I'm like, man, yes, everybody's calling for 200K Bitcoin plus, but it's at 80 to under 100K. I'm like thinking, wait, this is the thing, man. You got to think, friends. Who's going to be buying $95,000 Bitcoin? You think, okay, yeah, people are going to buy it. Yeah, are they going to buy it or are they going to go buy altcoins to price in their future expectation of Bitcoin? That's actually the end of the game. That's what we're just waiting for to see it. So we don't know. So you just stay long until that happens. Now, I have another fractal here to show you. It's pretty cute, right? April 2021 or November 2021. Which one was the real top? So what I've done is I used the 2018 cycle and I just put it over it, right? So you get to see here. You get to see, interesting, right? So if you start it from here, we're right on track. So what's right here? This is April 2021 when Richard Hart called the top. If you call that the top, we are actually right on track, friends. Look at that. You actually see it. If you can see it like it's perfect. It's perfect. The timing, like it's nuts. That means we topped out April 2021, right? But also, if you look at the other chart here, right? If you use the real top, the higher price top, the technical top, look at this. We're running ahead of schedule. So do you remember I made my videos saying, look, what I want to happen and what happens, 2 different things. What I want to happen is that we get the earlier run. But I'm here to protect you, to say, well, look, just in case we are having exuberance right now, expect end of this year to be the real run, just in case. And you can see it right now. That's actually, you see 2025 here right now, and this is where we are today around this Bitcoin halving. So it is just a matter of protecting yourself. Like, don't do too much leverage. Like, you might say, oh, this is the big one. Yeah, let it be the big one. You're long altcoins anyway, pretty much, okay? But don't do leverage. Because if this ends up being a fake out and we get some sort of vicious correction, you're still in the game to survive. Now, I'm going to bring back the Bitcoin chart as well. You can see, friends, now this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the 7th green monthly candle. But look, man, you've seen these things. They hit a certain point and then just a big fat rejection comes. So who cares? Even if we finish March red, it doesn't really matter. All I care about is the slingshot. The slingshot has been loaded now. So you got to think, right, from here, you can either do 2 things. Okay, Bitcoin can keep squeezing up, and then when it stops, it's going to give us a mega beat, like the biggest alt season of our lives, if it does that. Or it actually stops here. But guess what? This is a still huge alt season, friends, if we stop here. Like, we're running ahead of schedule. You know, if we were going to get an average alt season, I guess, an average one, it would stop at 42K. But the fact that it went this extra distance, right? This distance, friends, is huge. I can't tell you enough. Like, that is freaking phenomenally huge, man. You're getting an extra 59% on Bitcoin, pretty much the crypto industry. That's enormous money that rotates. And you know what? People have said that it's not going to rotate because of the Bitcoin ETF. Wrong. Grayscale, GBTC was like buy only and you locked in your money. And guess what? We still had a big alt season in the previous cycle, right? So this run come up here was Grayscale doing their grifting to gold people and gold boomers. So don't ever believe any of these, friends. Trust me, it doesn't. Look, you think it's like it's trying to FUD altcoins. I don't know. What they're trying to do is they're trying to say, now that I've found this one coin, this one asset, I just got to go leverage on it and we win forever. If only it was that easy. If only it was that easy. I'll just buy Bitcoin. No one's ever going to rotate out of that. You know that's not true. Okay. Now I'm going to show you the total crypto market cap. This is fascinating as well, friends. We've been going green for such a long time. Okay. Now, interesting. This golden box of friendship, it's still here. You know, this is the thing, man. This is the thing, man. See, in the bull market, forget selling the top. You can't sell the top because this is what it can do, right? You can start getting out and then it goes up. Now, here's the thing. Usually when you start getting out, it comes back to this zone. The problem is, how high does it go before it comes back? You know, does it go up a bit and come back? Or does it go up a lot and then come back? That's why people just always say, never relinquish your whole position, ever. Because statistically, friends, how long are you going to be doing this for the rest of your life? Well, so am I, because I love this. But at some point, you got to realize, oh my gosh, you know, if you are always committed to exiting everything, there will be the nuclear sky moonshot that you miss out on statistically. So you're going to have to find out that perfect ratio. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it's going to be, friends, because like, you know, maybe you say, hey, maximum I ever sell is 1/3 or 2/3, you know, 35 or 65%. The most important part is you book yourself in for the next 3 to 4 years so you don't end up having to paper hand the bottom. But now what about the altcoins, friends? The altcoins, of course, the altcoins all come in different shapes and sizes. We are still right here. This is exactly what we want to see. Like, I mean, I'm very, very excited for this. This is, yes, this slingshot has been loaded big time, okay? Big time because, man, this game, friends, it's brutal. It's vicious. There's going to be big fat correction at some point. You know, this induces FOMO, traps people. They do whatever they can to just get everybody in and out. You know this. So at the end of the day, you just wait. So trust me, when I first started, every time I'd see big green candles, like, oh, you gotta get it because of the altcoins. No. All right. We've seen you got to keep your cool when it comes to Bitcoin and the altcoins. And I'm going to finish it with this very important chart. This is Bitcoin, friends, on the daily and others. Remember, orange is the altcoin index. Now, this is what I'm about to show you is turbo intergalactic bullish. This is what we want to see. Look how Bitcoin made. Look at this. Bitcoin made higher moonshot high, and these altcoins have followed. Okay. What that means is we're not done yet. All right. We're not done yet. That means this is what you want to see. You want to see Bitcoin scream up and us barely follow. Why? Because that's what you want. You want Bitcoin to scream up always by default. But it's not up to us, right? It does what it needs to do. That's why I said at some point, though, at some point, friends, Bitcoin goes, no. And then we go down with it, the altcoins. However, when Bitcoin goes up again, maybe has a lower high, you see that lower high? Well, as this part's happening, all right, see how this part's happening? Well, you expect these alts, right, maybe go like whoosh. you have this huge divergence. Okay, so Bitcoin's made a lower high and these things go up. So that's basically the end game of what you want to see. It's not so easy though, because there were a few fake outs of this happening, but it kind of tells you towards the end. Okay, because if we zoom in to the previous bull market cycle, you get to see what happens. You got to see, look at this. See, Bitcoin makes a lower high here, and then these scream up. And then Bitcoin makes this little lower high here, and then look, these scream up again. Okay, and then look, Bitcoin makes a lower high, these scream up again. You see these three waves? But here's the thing, right? Look at this. So you see around here, if you started selling around March of 2021, that's only month one of the alt season. That's month one, okay? April was the next one. So it's just kind of telling you, April wasn't the exact top. You had May, things kept screaming, but it's just showing you that the more these things erupt, the more you're like thinking of this mindset, okay, I'm taking profits in stuff. I can't get the exact top, but I'm taking profits. I'm booking half Bitcoin, half stablecoins, whatever it is, okay? That's just the mindset you have to be thinking about here, because you're never going to be able to catch the exact bottom, the exact top, okay? Because even with this, friends, you have it here, right? Look, this is crazy. So even Bitcoin at this very, very top, this is where it gets nasty, because Bitcoin makes this high, and then this just kept screaming up. Bitcoin comes down, and this comes down as well, and they basically just correlate with each other. You see? This is showing you this was a complacency rally. That's basically what it's telling you, and you could feel it. 90% of altcoins had already topped. So the most important part when we're looking at today, once again, is that these things are following each other. Now, you know, if you go back I'm looking at the orange line here. Look at where we are right now. If we go back and we retrace up here, that's still like another 50 to 100 billion of altcoins coming in. Like, we're hoping something just screams up like this. And if it does, it'll be a nice mania. You know, I've seen some estimates. Usually what happens with these wank off type of stuff. And if I just draw the others, this is what it might look like, okay? Just having a guess here. If this screams up, this friends, this will be amazing for us, right? If this eventually like pops up around here, okay? This zone will probably just be this, like when we finally get up here, this euphoria, and then we probably just like do this for like the whole year, squeeze everybody out, and we finally go ready next year. That's what we want though. You see, this is a higher freaking price zone. So no one's going to be whinging about this zone, are you? Like, we don't really care. But do we not care? Well, here's the thing. We don't care, friends, because we were long in the depression. You see, you bought your altcoins down here. Once these things finally go and everything reprices up here, everybody's now playing in this game. Do you remember I told you the earliest 10%, the next 30, and the final 60? Congratulations, you're in the earliest 10%. Everybody can go scramble over themselves and try to find a good price in any of these trash ranges. I don't really care. You know, for example, good luck. They can scramble and like, okay, do I buy Hex at like 10 cents or 15 or 25 cents? You know what I mean? That's type of examples. Or Chainlink at like $30 or $50. Can it go to 200? Well, that's what we want to see eventually going on, because our prices pretty much has dust them off forever. Let's hope this slingshot keeps continuing, because boy, it's going to be big when I finally do distribute. Fingers crossed. Make sure you like, subscribe, belly button, all. Catch you soon.